Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching Nile Cruise on Nile TV from a very special place here in Cairo, from Media Club, dear viewers, in Al Manyan on the Nile banks. A wonderful place and a sunny day. And dear viewers, in this segment, we bring you a very controversial issue and an important issue which has lots of impact on our society and on the ongoings nowadays, of course, and what's happening in Palestine, which is the main cause nowadays and the main topic that we discuss all over media. Songs that children do not know are songs related to Egyptian voices that have supported the Palestinian cause since the beginning of the occupation. We're honored, dear viewers, in this context to host Mr. Moataz, Mohsen, and he is an artist and critique, to shed more light, dear viewers, on this, of course, songs, on the films that are related to the Palestinian cause, on films in general. We're going to be discussing everything, dear viewers, in this very special segment. A very wonderful day, sir, and it's a pleasure to have you with us in today's episode of Nile Cruise.
Thanks a lot for you and welcome.
Sir, we all know, of course, that cinema and songs as are very effective when it comes to soft powering, addressing the Palestinian cause. And since the beginning of Operation Al-Aqsa floods, many have been sharing clips of different songs on social media platforms in support of Palestine. Your motto on this?
Yes, you know well that Egypt has a brilliant soft power. The soft power is a key sentence of making Egyptian profile to make a commentary about their issues, about their civilization, about their nation between Africa and Arab nations at once. At first, in 1948, after the misery of Palestine and after the declaration of Mr. Ben Gurion about Jewish state at 15th May, Muhammad Abdul Wahab, after the massacre of Deir Yassin in 1948 that made by Menachem Begin and Yitzhak Shamir, that led both of two terrorist movements as Irgun and Lehi Ben Stern. They made a great epic misery for Palestinian people in Deir Yassin, and the brilliant bullet that focused on the heart of imperialism and Zionism at once, made by Ali Mahmoud Taha when he wrote his famous poem Palestine, and composed and sang by Muhammad Abdul Wahab as a first Egyptian rejection by soft power for Zionism and imperialism to be a great sponsorship for Palestine as a land and people at once. In cinema, Aziza Amir, one of merits by their feminist face in Egyptian cinema, in 1948 produced two films about Palestine. The first one is A Girl from Palestine, starred by Suad Mohammed and Mahmoud Dhulfaqar, and the second one starred by Aziza Amir and Mahmoud Dhulfaqar and Shadia and Shokri Sarhan. The second movie was Nadia in 1948. Both of them recorded and documented for the sensitive issue for all of Arab countries, Palestine. The key sentence that will be a great split for Arab nations, or a great collection for all of Arab countries as one body against imperialism and Zionism.
Perfect, sir. Sir, your perspective on how effective is art, either cinema or music, and songs as well, in expressing the Arab solidarity towards the Palestinian cause?
Yes, in 1956, after the evacuation of Egypt from British kingdom and occupation, Muhammad Abdul Wahab made a great epic song. He made a first collected artists at one song in 1956. He collected Saad Abdul Wahab, Shadia, Faida Kamil, Abdul Aziz Mahmoud, Abdul Ghani Sayed, Muhammad Abdul Muttalib, that presented the Egyptian epic of their liberty from British occupation, and an important part of this song that written by Ahmed Shafiq Kamel sent their sponsorship for Palestinian issue to make liberty by the Arabian solidarity that will be done at any moment if we are serious for this desire to be fact. And also Abdul Halim Hafiz succeeded in his mission as a voice of 23rd July in 1952 when he sang for Palestine in different occasions and in different situations between high and low curve of 23rd July. After Six-Day War in 1967, he didn't surrender for this great pain in 1967, but he rejected the defeat of this war by sang the Christ that written by Abdurrahman al-Abnoudi and composed by Balik Hamdi. And he sang عدى النهار in 1967 at Albert Hall in London. This is a great evidence for the international profile of Egyptian arts. And also Umm Kulthum didn't surrender for this defeat, and she sang an important song in 1967 that written by Abdul Wahab Muhammad and composed by Riyad al-Sumbati, دوس على كل الصعب, or to cross any hardness to reach for our aim by making liberty for Sinai and Palestine under the flag of Arabian solidarity.
Okay, Egypt has had abundance of songs that have supported always the Palestinian cause since the beginning of the Israeli occupation of Arab lands.
Yeah.
How do you see and what do you see is the role of current media platforms in reviving these songs and spreading them among youth? Because we are targeting the youth now, because it's very important for the youth to grow up and understand the cause of the Palestinian cause, the cause of any land that's taken with no right from the owner of this land.
Well, you know well that Palestinian issue is an old and new issue forever between different generations. It's a current problem for several and current generations. So from 1948 till our current time now, we can make a great survey for the Egyptian art about their treatment with Palestinian epic. In 2001, أصحاب ولا business that made by Mustafa Amar and Hani Salama is a great documentary for our serious to treat Palestinian problem in the beginning of our current century now. And this is an important key sentence that made by Medhat al-Adl and Sami al-Adl to be updating with this important and sensitive problem. And also the best edition that treated with Palestinian issue was Cousins in 2009 that made by Sharif Arafah, Karim Abdel Aziz, Mona Zaki, Kenda Alouche, etc. This movie was, or it is still now, a brilliant dream that we hope to return for Palestine in spite of any hardness. And this is the message of Karim Abdel Aziz in the finale of this movie, and it's an evidence for everyone in all of the world that Egyptian art is the brilliant evidence and the brilliant fact that can treat with any problem and didn't forget Palestine the important issue to keep on our identity as human and nation.
Sir, over the past decades, Egyptian sing shave song a lot in support of the Palestinian cause and any cause, and the song among the most famous of these songs is that they resisted the Israeli occupation of Palestine and formed a weapon of soft power through songs. Muhammad Abdul Wahab in 1948 sang the song Palestine, composed by Ali Mahmoud Taha after the historic Deir Yassin massacre over the hand of two groups. Your motto, sir, on this?
Yes, Muhammad Abdul Wahab is the musician of 20th century. He is till now the documented voice as a singer and composer at once by documenting all of important accidents in Egyptian and Arabian sites at once. He succeeded in his mission to transit these lyrics to be an epic musician profile for this massacre. And also after 20 years in 1968, 1969, he made an important edition for Palestinian issue with Kulthum and Nizar Qabbani when he composed and sang also after Kulthum One Way or طريق واحد. This poem was a documented evidence for everyone to keep on our riot to make liberty for Palestine. And after this poem, Kulthum entered the history to be in eternal pages with Abdul Wahab by documented this massacre during War of Attrition between 1968 till 1970. And also Abdul Halim Hafiz, he succeeded in his mission. To prove that Palestine is our destiny and fate, and we will not leave this land to erase Israeli state and to return our right for native people.
Okay, sir, how do you see such song as a soft weapon revealing soul injuries of the Israeli occupation?
Yes, many singers documented for different situations in Palestinian issue. As Muhammad Khandil, as Faida Kamil, as Abdul Halim Hafiz, as Farid al-Atrash, as Faiza Ahmed, as Nagah Salam, all of them during Six-Day War and War of Attrition till the victory of Yom Kippur War in 1973 didn't leave the fate of Palestinian people, but keep on their core to go on for their way to raise the flag of Palestine by replacing Israeli false flag.
Perfect. And in his song, the legendary singer Muhammad Abdul Wahab, Nasr We All Love, by Hussein al-Sayyid in 1960, he devoted the last part of it to Palestine, and he says at the end of the song, "Your people, Palestine, cannot leave their country."
Yes, this is a great fact about the popularity profile for Gamal Abdel Nasser as a leader for Arabian, African, and Egyptian people. And Hussein al-Sayyid, one of greatest lyricists that made a great duet with Muhammad Abdul Wahab, transited from romantic songs to patriotic songs, especially in this song about Nasser, to not forget Palestine and to keep on our desire to see the dream of Palestine be obtained beside greatest nations, and also to have their place in United Nations as a state, not as an organization.
Okay, sir. To what extent does this song reveal the feelings of nationalism and patriotic axis? All the Arab people turned to be weapons. The song, "The Liberation Army is at the door waiting to return home. Your son, Palestine, will arise and your rights will return."
Muhammad Kandil, one of first singers that sang for 23rd Revolution in 1952, and also in 1956 with Ahmad Sidqi, the composer of most of his songs, made several epic songs about Palestine. About this question, one of these songs is the song of this question, that
Gaza, Gaza, we sacrificed
Gaza,
it.
yes. After the bomb of Gaza in 1955, the Egyptian song didn't surrender for Israeli bombs and the imperialism bombs. But Muhammad Kandil, the brilliant sadness of greatest song, documented the massacre of Gaza. And this is the key sentence of making Suez War in 1956 to put a full stop for Nasserism and Arabian patriotic feelings, but by arts between cinema and songs. The Egyptian people and the Egyptian state won their battle against imperialism and Zionism in 1956 by greatest resistance from Egyptian people in Port Said, which was documented by Izzeddin Dhul Faqar in his epic movie Port Said in 1957, that produced by Farid Shawqi, and he took brilliant sponsorship from Gamal Abdel Nasser and Anwar Sadat to document our issue in cinema. And this movie is an important part of Palestinian issue that be obtained beside Egyptian issue.
Perfect, sir. Sir, he also sang and Deal also sang and performed other songs, including "Your People Will Return, O Palestine." Could you comment, please, on this patriotic song?
This is a great commentary forever in our history. The final cut of our dream to be fact, in spite of any hardness, in spite of any traps that is made still now by imperialism and Zionism. Kandil had a brilliant faith that we will reach for our aim, we will reach for our target, we will reach for our native land by native people. This is a brilliant document made by Kandil and Ahmad Sidqi.
Okay, sir. Said Mikawi also sang the words of the poet Fuad Haddad, planned the whole earth as resistance, and also the duet Ahmed Fuad Nigm and Sheikh Imam sang Ya Palestine. Could you comment, please, sir?
Both of duets are in the eternal pages of history because of their historian artistic profile for Palestinian issue between الأرض بتتكلم عربي and يا فلسطينية during war of attrition as a great alarm for Israeli people and the state that we will not surrender, we will not leave our right, we will not leave our dream, we will reach for our aim, we will reach for our victory, we will reach for our race flag to be over the sky at any moment. It will be tomorrow, it will be next year, it will be after 100 years, but we will reach for our final cut.
Sir, in this context, of course, we cannot forget the voice of the legendary dark nightingale Abdul Halim Hafiz, a legendary singer who was one of the most prominent voices interacting with the cause and the issue, and he sang many songs for it, including in 1955 under the title Our Egyptian Revolution, written by Mamoun al-Shinawi, and it's a wonderful patriotic song. Your comments, sir?
Abdul Halim Hafiz is the key sentence of rejecting any bad situation, any bad moment, any defeat, any lose. He is the refreshment of retrying victory, retrying another good positions by his greatest and giant song. So he is still now the first singer in all of Arabian world because of his resistance that inspired from his pain as a human and as an artist when he adopted his pains with the pains of his nation. So he is reaching till now to be legend forever in our in all of the
world
world.
of acting
Yes.
as well. On the 10th anniversary of the revolution, Abdul Halim Hafiz sang in the song Demands of the People from Salah Jahin's poems. In the song, Oh Welcome to the Battles. There is no need to tell us no. What will happen on the day we liberate Palestine?
Yes, Salah Jahin is the smartest lyricist in Egyptian popular poetries. Beside Badi' Khairi, Abu Saud al-Ibyari, Biram al-Tonsi, and he is the modern edition of Biram al-Tonsi in 1960s and 70s. And he portrayed by his smartest lyrics on the voice of Abdul Halim Hafiz and the brilliant composer Kamal al-Tawil to record all of Palestinian epics and battles against Haganah, against Irgun, against Lihib and Ishtir, and all of them are collecting at one package in Israeli Defense Army. So Salah Jahin, Abdul Halim, and Kamal al-Tawil, the golden trilogy of Egyptian art, is still now alive in all of Egyptian and Arabian hearts.
From Muhammad Abdul Wahab to Muhammad Endil, and from Said Mekkawi to Abdul Halim Hafiz, how do you see their different approaches in tackling the Palestinian cause through, of course, their songs?
In 1948, Aziza Amir produced and played in two movies about Palestinian issue. Nadia in 1948, and also a Palestinian girl for Suad Muhammad. And after 7 years of this movie, in 1955, Omar Sharif, Fatin Hamama, Abdel Salam Nabolsi made their movie Jerusalem about the war of Palestine in 1948 and about the greatest resistance of Palestinian people in 1950s against Zionists at this moment. In 1953, Ahmed Badr Khan made a movie God is With Us, or Allah Ma'na, about the defeat of Palestinian war in 1948 and the false arms in Egyptian army, and the original master of making 23rd July Revolution 1952. This movie, one of the greatest movies that showed the explanations of Palestinian misery and Egyptian misery from British occupation and the royal regime. In 1967, Mahmoud al-Miligi made his one of best roles in his history as an artist, Al-Dakhil. in 1967. This movie took the symbolic profile of treating the problem of Palestine. This movie, directed by Nour Demirdash, starred by smartest Egyptian artists: Hamdi Ghaith, Fatin Shubashi, Salah Qabil, Zizi al-Badrawi, Saeed Saleh. This movie is the one of honest epic movies showed and treated the problem of Palestine by symbolic profile, but because of conservative elements, it was forbidden by Egyptian authority because of their sensitivity.
Okay, great, sir. The film Cousins, produced in the year 2009, starring Kareem Abdelaziz, Mona Zaki, Sharif Munir, and Intisar, written by Amr Samir Atif and directed by Sharif Arafa. How can you tell us more about this film?
This movie is the key sentence of making the mega star Kareem Abdelaziz because of his brilliant role beside Mona Zaki, and one of best roles for Sharif Munir after many years of his effort to be obtained beside greatest mega stars in Egyptian art. And this is one of best role for Kenda Alouche as a Palestinian patriotic member of Palestinian organization against Zionism.
She's an activist.
Yes, as a feminist. And this movie showed for people the key sentence and the desire of everyone in all of the world that we will return at any moment, tomorrow, after tomorrow, or after 1 year, after 10 years. The final cut will reach for our aim in spite of any hardness or any provoking works are making by imperialism, Zionism, and their threats.
Sir, how do you evaluate this film as one of the first to describe Israeli society from inside the suffering of Palestinian people with occupation forces?
This movie took the responsibility of treating a Palestinian problem in our current time, not to inspire the pages of past to treat our current pain. The reality of this movie to focus on our current time, not to depend on past time. And this is the new treatment of Cousins, that directed by Sharif Arafa, one of greatest directors in our current time now. And he proved his cleverness as a talented director in El Mamar in 2019, after 10 years of this movie.
Sir, of course, we have a lot of films to discuss in this context. Of course, we have Safara Fil Amara, or The Embassy in the Building, starring many of our iconic stars here in Egypt. All many films discussing the Palestinian cause. We need chapters and we need episodes to discuss this, the Palestinian cause, the cause of any land that's oppressed, sir. We thank you very much for your knowledge. Thank you very much for being with us in today's episode of Nile Cruise. Mr. Ahmed Mohsen, thank you very much for your informative knowledge.
I am so happy to be here with you and with the brilliant staff at Nile TV channel. And it's a pleasure to me to be here in this great program and the great correspondent.
Thank you so much, sir. Dear viewers, stay tuned. We'll be back again.